Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Lucky Money and welcome back to another video. Today I got a commentary video. We're back to doing those. I feel a little bad because I think my last video I got like 6 new subscribers. They're probably thinking like, "Oh boy, I can't wait for the next video." And then I'm like talking about school. But this week's been a bit busy for me. I have to finish recording this pretty quickly, because my family's about to get home from a concert. They went to go see Glenn Miller, like a big band, and it was a big band, and they were gonna go play Glenn Miller songs. So I also, I don't have my hard drive, so I can't edit any of the gameplay I got stored or any of the projects I got, so I figured for this week's video, I would just throw together a quick commentary video and stuff, just, you know, for the heck of it. Today I wanted to talk a bit about school, about my time at good old university. Mainly because I am a phenomenal student, right? I'm the best of the best. And I figured I would go over some stories I have of some projects and assignments I've done. I'll probably start this video off. I'll talk a little bit about my freshman year of college, because that one was a bit weird. That's the only year that I stayed on campus. Right? I stayed in the dorms for my freshman year. It was fun because I didn't really get too involved with the school. It's my biggest regret. I'm more involved now, and I got more stuff going on now. But my freshman year, I literally stayed in my dorm and played video games. That's all I did, right? So, naturally, you know, I was, I would be turning in my assignments, like, last minute and stuff. And it sucks because, like, all throughout high school, like, middle school and high school, I was always super on top of assignments. Like I was the type of guy where I'd get homework for the weekend. I would do it Friday night as opposed to Sunday, right? I was on top of that stuff. Then I went off to college and I'd be like, oh wow, I have 1 hour of this class every week, and they have my assignments are like 20 minutes long, you know? Because like your first year at college, you have a lot of like stupid like classes that are like, you'll have a philosophy class and you'll sit down in your philosophy class and the professor will be like, what does it mean to live? And then you just sort of bash your head on the desk for like 40 minutes. He's like, I've been enlightened, I understand. Oh my god, my voice can't do that. Yeah, so freshman year college, your classes are kind of bogus. Now, I majored in video production, so I had a few classes that were a bit more serious. You know, they're like, you have to rent out a $3,000 camera and film a little project with it. And they'll be like, you have until next week to get this in the right format, the right length, and you have to have this uploaded to the college servers before class starts, or else you get a 0. And if you get a single 1, you fail the class. And then it's stressful a little bit. But then the rest of your classes are, your professor's like, I want you to take this online test by next week. And it's like 20 minutes long. And it's like, I understand, you know, I can take that 20 minutes to do the assignment. Or I can choose to not do that assignment because it's a huge waste of my time and my money. Because, like, what, you go to college and you're paying like, I mean, I'm paying like $3,000 to $6,000 per semester, which, I mean, I'm actually pretty lucky in that regard, but it's still money spent is money spent, you know. So it's like, I'm still wasting my time and my money on these classes. So I'm like, why am I doing this? This sucks. So I wouldn't do those assignments sometimes. So I would just, like, for the first time in my life, I would just straight up ignore assignments. It was great. I'm such a great student. And if I did do them, it would be at 11:30. Like, it'd be due at midnight. You'd have to have it uploaded to the college site by a certain time, by midnight. And I'd be like 11:50 to 11:59, and I would be like uploading it. It's something like I think a lot of students just do in college. You know, I'm not the only one. Lots of people joke and meme about it. But like, it was new for me. It was new territory for me. You know, I'm living life on the edge. But that is chump change, you know, those assignments or whatever. What really proves my my worth and my dedication to my school are my presentations. You know, sometimes in college, You know, they try to be cute, and they're like, oh yeah, you're gonna have a little presentation you have to do. And it's like, okay, cool. I'm gonna do a presentation. This is wonderful. I can't wait to stand in front of a bunch of people who don't care whatsoever and just like mindlessly like talk about some sort of topic. I've done about 3 presentations that like come to mind. One of them was for a speech class, which we could basically just talk about whatever we wanted. There was one, I was in like a class where we would watch movies and then we would like write essays and stuff about them. So that was another one I did. And then I was in another class which was basically that same one, like that second one. We'd watch movies and we'd write essays about it, but this one was not about the movies. We had to take like an aspect of film development and talk about it. And all of these projects, they get worse and worse how I actually went about doing them. We'll start with my speech class. So my speech class was fun because we spent the whole semester building up towards these speeches where the professor was like, oh, make sure you're working on it. I gotta see some progress. And, you know, I did the responsible thing and I played Team Fortress 2 and I didn't think about it until it was the day before the speech. It was at night. You know, and I was kind of anxious about it, and usually when I get anxious about something, I usually ignore it, which you can argue that's not the healthiest thing to do in the world, but, like, I was stressed out, okay? But, basically what I did, I started it past midnight, right? I started working on the speech, it was past midnight. Here's the fun little plot twist. I had class signups at 6 a.m. the next day. I worked on this from midnight to about 5:40 in the morning. Then I had to log on, sign up for classes. Then I had to practice the speech. Now, my class was at like 11 a.m. So I still had some time, but I kind of panicked and I pulled an all-nighter working on it. And I was stressed, all right? I was nervous for this. I went in. I don't remember what I did the speech on. I think it was skiing. The subject of the speech was I had to talk about like what was so great about skiing. And I talked about how like rich my family is and how awesome I am and how much money I have and how that lets me go skiing like every weekend because I have like millions of dollars and shit. So it was great. It was great. Everyone loved it. And I think I made that like I got the professor to like me because I said some jokes during my speech. Everyone else just like rambled on and just was tone deaf to anything at all. Like I slipped some jokes in there. I slipped some humor in there, you know. So I did pretty good, and I'm walking out of the class, and I get a little beep on my phone. I pull my phone out, and I aced it. I aced the speech. I got a 100 on it. This speech I was supposed to be working on for the whole semester up until this point, I just kind of, like, winged it, and I got a 100. So if you need something to show you the standards of college professors, at least when you're in a degree as useless as mine, like video production, the standards are pretty low. The second speech, now this one was fun. It was a speech where we had to choose a movie to watch on our own time and then write a speech about the like narrative and the themes of the movie. I did mine on Rocky, which I oddly enough hadn't seen before, which was crazy. So I watched the movie, or did I? We have to remember, I'm a phenomenal student. The day that I have to give the speech, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, maybe I should watch this Rocky movie. Maybe I should give it a watch so I know what I'm talking about in a few hours. So, put the movie on. I had to watch the movie at, like, ×2 speed. Like, I rented it on YouTube, and I just sped up the movie, and I watched it really quickly, and I started writing my presentation out on, like, a Google Slides, because we had to do a Google Slides. And I didn't finish, right? I didn't finish, so I go to class with an unfinished presentation. Luckily, I wasn't presenting first. So, I worked on the presentation while other people were doing their presentations, which, that's not the most respectful thing in the world. You know, I don't like it when people aren't, you know, listening to me when I'm talking, and I felt a little bad because I wasn't listening to what anyone else was saying. Granted, any presentation in college, like I said, no one gives a shit. They're all just stupid and dumb, but either way, I felt a little bad about that, so I'm trying to really quickly finish my presentation. I ended up finishing it. I gave my presentation. I didn't get a 100 on it. It was the same professor that I had in my speech class, actually, but I ended up doing pretty decent. It was in the 90s, you know, I got an A on it, but it wasn't a flawless run like my impeccable speech that I had given. So lastly, we got the final presentation. This one is somehow even worse than the first two. And you're probably saying, Lucky, you didn't even have the second one done when class started. How can this third one be any worse? And the answer to that is that I didn't know I had to give a presentation one day. I walked into class, and this was the presentation, like I was saying earlier. We had to choose an aspect of, like, film development and stuff, and we had to give a speech on that. So I did my presentation. I had decided, right, we had chosen our topics, but I thought I'd be presenting, like, the week after, like a week later. I didn't realize there were two batches of people who'd be presenting. There was batch 1, and then there was batch 2. I thought I was batch 2, I was batch 1, and I was presenting a whole week earlier than I thought I'd be. So I already knew my topic. It was the history of camera movement, which, oh boy, that sure was fun. I show up to class, and the professor pulls up the list of people presenting, and I'm at the bottom. I have nothing prepared. Absolutely nothing. We need outside sources, and the presentation needed to be like 7 minutes long. So everyone's going up, and they're giving their presentations and whatnot, and I'm sitting there, and at first I'm like, I should just leave. I should just leave. Like what am I supposed to do in this situation, you know? I'm panicking. I'm like, I should just get up, walk out of the classroom, and I should email the professor and say, I'm sorry. Like, I don't think he saw me walk in. I could just say, hey, I'm feeling under the weather. I had to go. I can get you the presentation next class, you know. But no, I'm a good student. I'm a good student, chat. So what did I do? How did I persevere in this situation? I did the entire fucking presentation in class. The whole thing. 2 outside sources. I wrote, like, quite a few different slides. Like, it was crazy. Like, it was stressful. I even, like, took a bathroom because I couldn't concentrate because there was all these annoying people giving their presentations or whatever for some reason. Stressed me the fuck out. I don't know why they were doing that. So I had to go into the bathroom to write my presentation, which was funny. So I'm on my iPhone because I didn't have my laptop. I don't bring my laptop anywhere. I finished writing the presentation, which was crazy. Like, just minutes before I had to go up and present. I haven't rehearsed this, like, at all. So he calls my name. He goes, all right, Lucky Money. Time for you to give your presentation. I go, all right. I got this, you know, I've prepared. I get up, I walk down to the front of the lecture hall, and I stand in front of my fellow students, my fellow peers, and I go, hey everybody, how's it going? It's Lucky Money. Welcome back to another presentation. Today I'm going to be doing my presentation on the history of camera movement, and guys, I knocked it out of the fucking park. I didn't go for the full 7 minutes, my presentation was like 5 minutes, but the professor didn't really care, I guess. I got like, now, it was a little scuffed, the presentation was a little scuffed. I got like an 87, I got like a B on it, which was still pretty good, you know, all things considered. But yeah, so that's the story of my college presentations. I'm cutting myself, not cutting myself a lot of slack here, you know, I'm showing the worst sides of me here. So I do want to clarify, I actually am not a bad student, I promise. I'm on, like, honor roll, right? I'm on the honor roll. And any class that's related directly to my major, so I'm in for video production, right? I want to become a video journalist. I want to shoot news stories, you know? I want to get into documentary filmmaking. I want to make documentaries, you know? I want to see what this world got to offer, and I want to document that shit. I want to show people, you know? That's what I want to do. That's my drive, you know? But I think college is something where when something wastes your time in college, not like in high school where you're like, well, I guess I have to do it. If something's wasting my time nowadays, I just don't give a shit, you know? I'll get done what I need to get done, but if you're gonna waste my time, it's just gonna bother me, you know? So yeah, whenever I have a class that's related to my major, I always do super well, you know? I have video projects I need to plan out. Hell, for my electronic news gathering class, I ended up traveling like 6 hours to film a news story, right? I'm dedicated, right? I'm not a slacker in college, you know? There's certain classes where I'm like, no, I'm not dealing with this shit, you know? I don't want to do this. So yeah, that's about gonna do it for this video. We'll be back to more, gameplay, live commentary videos soon. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you take away anything from this video, I'd say don't act like me. Act like me if you feel like you can get away with it. If you think you can bullshit and here's the thing, if you're in high school, don't, right? Like, take high school seriously. Even if you feel like you shouldn't, sometimes it's stupid, but high school, it's I think it's got more weight than certain college classes, At least in high school, there's a lot more structure. In college, it's like half the professors don't give a shit. And if it's not related to your major, like I said, it's there to waste your time. So that way you have more credits you take to graduate. So the colleges get more money. Sucks ass, but you got to get through it. Use your best judgment. That's what you take away, Dedicate your time to things that are important to you and that are going to help advance you and your career, That's what you should take away from this. So in other words, don't take anything I'm saying seriously. Get A's on all your assignments, all that shit. All that, whatever. But, yeah, that's gonna do it for this commentary video. Like I said, I'll be back to gameplay videos. Well, live commentary gameplay videos next week. Hopefully I'll have more time on my hands. But, yeah, until then, I want to thank you all so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you all in the next video. So, see you later. Bye-bye.